Hey there, Lise here from Hustle and Groove, and in this video, I wanted to just quickly walk you through my recommendations for a Voxer coaching client that I was chatting to today based on a couple of different things. So number one, she is in what I class or call the startup Sally phase, which means that she's earning less than $1,000 per month from her business, and she has a small unengaged email list. So she's kind of doing a little bit, but not really. And a lot of it has to do with kind of where she's at in her business and not having clarity on her offer suite. So, a couple of things that she told me was currently what she has in place right now is two high ticket offers. So, she's got a one on one coaching program that's 12 months, that's 6,000 New Zealand dollars. So, you can do currency conversion for yourself. And then she also has a group coaching program that is 6 months, and that is 3,000 New Zealand dollars. So, where she's at right now is number one, she's got a few clients in both of these, and now she wants to transition into getting more consistent recurring income coming in. But she doesn't want a whole bunch of offers in her suite, right? So I'm just kind of drawing this out. So we talked about what she's currently doing with her email list, and we talked about what her goals are for the next 90 days. I definitely recommend focusing on a 90-day plan versus trying to map out what your entire year is going to look like, because things change, and depending on your type in human design, sometimes you just need a little bit of flexibility. So for clarity, this particular person is a generator, so very much about following her gut. So only responding to everything external where her gut is giving her a green light, but also here to follow joy. And that's one of the conversations that we had during our Voxer coaching hour, was that up until this point, she has been struggling to really figure out what her office suite looks like because she just didn't feel like she was doing the things that brought her joy. She was in a classic scenario of where she was doing things because she can do them, not because she actually enjoys doing them, right? So just because you can doesn't mean you do. It's one of my, I think it's my saying for 2024, is yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you do, unless it feels so aligned. Because this is why she hasn't really been able to move forward. It's why she's not even talking to her email list. She even said, I'm hiding from social media and my email list because I don't have anything joyful to say. I'm not excited about anything, that type of thing. So, her current high ticket and her current group coaching programs, she's going through a realignment process right now. So, to bring them more into alignment to what she actually wants to be doing. And now she's super excited. So, I'm not going to go into detail into what she's doing because that's her private information, but I wanted to talk about what we discussed and how I was kind of guiding her. So this particular little box here is hiding what she's planning to do and then what my recommendations to her were. So I'm just going to delete it, and now you get to see. So she's deciding on creating a monthly coaching membership, and we talked about different price points, and the pricing that we came up with was 100% based on the fact that she has these two group coaching, these two high ticket programs, and so really needed something that was a little bit more low cost, low entry, and really meeting people who were more in a space of, I'm not ready for one-on-one, and I'm not ready to do group coaching commitment. Let me just get little bits and pieces here. So that's why we decided on that price point. When you're doing this for yourself, you really want to have something like this mapped out. Like, think about where are all the price points and how are you meeting your people where they are at. So then we were reverse engineered. So we kind of came up with the idea of what the membership was going to be focused on, what that looks like, remembering that you can absolutely create a membership or any program that you want based on what you want to do. So, for example, in this particular membership, there is no community element because she just doesn't jive with having a community. She much more enjoys having more one on one conversations with people, And so she's building that into this particular membership. So then we were like, okay, so we've got the membership, let's reverse engineer. Now, you don't need to have all of these components. It always just comes down to what makes sense for you. So we talked about what would be an ideal freebie. Chatty is super helpful. ChatGPT, for those of you who don't know what I call Chatty, is super helpful in helping you come up with ideas if you're wanting to intentionally bring someone into an actual offer. So I would call this a product-based freebie, a product-based strategic freebie, because the whole point of this freebie is to identify the people who are like a perfect fit for the membership, right? So there's a very clear path versus just having a freebie that just builds your audience. So we came up with the idea for a toolkit that is addressing the biggest pain point that this particular audience thinks they have, right? As in, they think that this is the problem that needs to be solved versus what she's going to actually help them solve inside this coaching program. Then we were talking about a tripwire and an order bump. Now, if you don't know what any of those things are, it's simply a tripwire offer is what is shown to someone after they subscribe. So they get shown a thank you page that then has an offer on it that's referred to as a tripwire. So she's got a workbook that she's pulling from the membership. Great thing. Once you have content, you can just repurpose. And then on the checkout page for that tripwire offer, so for the workbook, there is an opportunity to include another offer, which is referred to as an order bump. So it's not a full sales page, it's just literally a paragraph with an image that says, hey, do you want to add this to your order? I'm sure you've seen this many, many times. So she's wanting to offer them an audio from inside her membership. Now, she's also considering pulling some of the membership content into more low cost standalone offers. So you can see there's a whole bunch up here. Nothing that needs to be really created now, but she's just kind of future proofing and thinking about different ways to bring people into here. And then from within the membership, she will then upgrade people into her high ticket programs, right? Like this becomes a really nice way to never have to worry about doing sales calls, to never have to worry about trying to fill high ticket, because now you've got this know, like, and trust factor built in. And as long as you're growing this component, then you can fill your high ticket very, very easily. So her next steps are right now to create this toolkit and run lead generation ads at between $5 to $15 a day to automate her audience growth, because where she's at right now, she needs to focus on the grow component of her money making marketing plan. So there are three components of a money making marketing plan. There is grow, nurture, sell. We're doing everything in those three core areas every single day, right? When I sit down to start my day, I'm going, what am I doing to grow my audience? Do I need to tweak any offers? Because grow is either growing audience, growing offers. Nurturing, what does that look like? How am I nurturing my audience? Am I sending an email? Am I doing something on social media? And then sell, how am I presenting the opportunity for people to buy from me every single day? So right now, because she's in the startup Sally phase, we need to get her to the 1,000 a month mark. So we're focused on growing her audience, creating an offer, and then presenting that offer to that audience within the next 90 days. So her next step after she has done the lead generation ads are running is to then do an evergreen sales sequence inside her email. So now that they're in her world, she's going to do that. So that's what this looks like. So I hope that this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions at all. And if this is something that you're wanting to build out for yourself and you want my input, my support, then I'd love to see you inside the Digital Income Accelerator. More details about that below or above, depending on where those links show up. Otherwise, sit down and map this out for yourself. You can future guess what this is going to look like, and because not all of this is in stone for her right now, like these are the only two things that exist. Everything else needs to kind of evolve and be created. And for her also as a generator, she's also needing to ensure that she's creating in response. So by having this freebie here and these three components in place before launching the membership gives her an opportunity to test some of the things that she's thinking about in terms of the membership, so that now she's just always doing things in response, paying attention to the data, aka are people buying the tripwire, buying the order bump, those types of things? Are people using the freebie? That is all going to help her decide what the membership component really looks like in 90 days time. Okay, lovelies, I will chat with you soon. Take care.